Hello, I am Russell96 and welcome back to another episode of Minecraft SMP. Again, I'm the only one online right now, no one else is even on Skype right now, so yeah, and I don't really even have much free time this weekend. And I was completely busy pretty much every day this past week with school, so yeah, I can record right now, so I'm recording. Anyway, last SMP episode, if I remember correctly, I redid this part. It still looks a little bit odd, but I think that's probably because, like, nothing else is built around it, and, like, I think this is more of a connect to things wall instead of like a standalone wall, which actually I don't really think walls ever really stand alone because then it's not much of a wall, it's more of just like a barricade. Yeah. Anyway, we are not going to be working on the castle today, because, like, all I would really be able to do without, like, well, I could work on more of it without other people, but I feel like other people should be here to help, like, decide to do what to do in the castle. So, yeah. I'm gonna put that off for a little bit. Hopefully, like, people's schedules start lining up again so more people can be online at the same time. But what we are going to work on today, actually before we start working, the last Castle Progress Minecraft Castle Progress episode that I released as of recording this one was a 800 subscriber special, and in that episode I explained not really I guess it's kind of a contest, but more of just like an open application announcement. Well, it's going to eventually close on November 9th, I think. But if you want to know more about the contest application, whatever you want to call it type thing, I will have a link in the in this video's description to that video in case you missed it. And yeah, and if you don't, in the description of the 800 subscriber video, that's the link to that video is in the description. In that video's description is more or less just like an outline of like the different aspects of the application contest type thing. But yeah, now that that's out of the way in a very inefficient manner, what we are going to work on today is, to an extent, the server spawn building, server hub, that's what we called it. Anyway, we kinda just stopped working on this project randomly and never really finished it. But as I was just walking around the server looking for stuff that could potentially be done, I walked down here, saw a sign that said map, and then looked at a large wall that doesn't have a map on it. So yeah, that's what we're gonna work on today. But it's been a while since we've last been down here, so I figured let's just kind of walk around a little bit. The last thing, I worked on, I think Ron helped me also, was the nether portal type platform under everything. And this water, it's like perfectly in the center of the building. So if you wanted to, you can just ride the water stream all the way down to here, so you don't have to go down all of the stairs. So yeah, that's what was last done when we worked on this part. And as far as the map wall, this side is lined up where I think the spawn island map will be put on the ground level. Like it's on the same side, which is north. Yep. Anyway, so But that map is 11 by 11, so I can't remember the dimensions of the map Hondo was working on, or I think it was Hondo and Ron, not sure. It might have been 13 by 13 instead of 11 by 11. But if you look here, 1, 2, actually I think it might fit, or I think this is only 9, because 3, 3, 3. Only this is 4. So 10, apparently. I could also probably raise this part up a little bit. Like add the cobblestone like line there. But so from that stair to that stair is 10, I think, without counting really, even though I just counted. Then from that pillar to this pillar is 9. So, what I'm thinking would probably be the best way about going about... I cannot talk well at all today. But I'm thinking that the easiest way to make a map wall here would be to take down these two central pillars, although now that I look at it... Never mind. What I was going to say is, if I take down these pillars, this part of, like, the dome is going to look really out of place and not really supported. And that is missing a slab. But then I thought I could just, like, do an arch across between the pillars, and I think that would probably look fine, if not... Yeah, it would probably look about the same, like, quality-wise. I just want to put the slab up here. Yeah. Okay, OCD fixed. Anyway, what I'm going to do now is quickly tear down these pillars, and then we will work on a design to kind of decoratively encase a 11 by 11 map. And I might run over to Hondo's place quickly to see what the dimensions of the map he has started are. And see, like, what would be lost if I shrunk it by 2 blocks to fit it in here. Anyway, I am going to do all of that stuff, and I will be right back. Okay, I cleared out an area to make a border for a map, and I also went over to Hondo's place to see what the dimensions of the map he started were. It was only 12 by 12 instead of 13 by 13, so I would say 11 by 11 would be just fine. Because, well, 12 by 12 wouldn't really fit very well in this room because it's based on an odd number, so yeah. But from there, that is 3, so we're up to 6. Then 4, so this is 10. So we either have to work up or work down, and seeing as we have to do stuff up there to make it look like it's supported, I would say that it would probably work better to work down, because, yeah, if we try and work up with the entire... Oh god, what in the world was happening? If we try and work up, we would just end up having to shave away a lot of this rock, and then it would kind of break up the dome type look of the entire thing. So yeah, let's quickly clear some of this, and then let's make a basic border and, like, build off of that. Okay. So this is 11 wide, and so all of that dirt would have to be included one way or another. Let's just kind of build up a simple, I guess, pillar like so. Yep, you can probably hear dogs barking in the background because dogs. That's really all that explanation needs. Yeah, that looks simple. I feel like it's not enough, but then again, it's like a single line of stuff, so it probably won't look like enough, no matter like what it is. So yeah, let's just keep, I guess, building out from it. Oh my god, the dogs are going crazy. Okay, sorry about that. Anyway, where was I? I just put stairs on those two spots off camera. Now I'm wondering if it's actually centered. 1, 2, 3, is that in line with that? Okay, I think it's centered based on the center spot, which is good enough, I guess. Yeah, yep, let's go with that. Now I'm thinking what to do from here, because if I were to make the 11 by 11 part right now, I would not be able to go up anymore, I believe. So let's quickly check that. So 11 by 11, so 5 on each side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, correct. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, how can I work around this in a way that makes the top still look decent? Because it would take up this entire area. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's just drop it, oh god, by 1 spot. Yep, okay. Okay, so now I have, give or take, well, I have 1 block to work with on the top. So, yeah, we still do not have much at all. But let's see if what we can work with turns out good enough. Let's just make like another line of stone bricks and whatnot to, like, just make a solid border across the entire thing. Actually, now that I'm looking at this, not like I wasn't looking at it before, but yeah, I think that this should actually look pretty cool. If we were to break up the cobblestone like so, and maybe, yeah, I think that would again, I cannot talk at all today. I'm thinking that a slab there would look better than a stair, because if I were to use a stair, that's a flat edge. Oh, that might not actually look that bad. I'm fairly sure I just used a double negative, but I am not positive I had other stairs. Okay. Yeah, let's actually go with all stairs. Oh god, that didn't work. Yeah. Okay, I'm up here now. Okay, I think that should look perfectly fine, or good, or whatever you want to say. Because, like, large maps are tricky because it's a large flat area, and when building, I generally try to avoid large flat areas. So yeah, this kinda goes against that entire premises, but I think it should end up looking just fine once there's actually something like taking up that spot, because if that was all stuff, it would probably look halfway decent. That is a square, right? Yeah, it's centered 1 block below. Anyway, one of the things, I'm not sure if it's been fixed or not, but one of the things that Ron noticed when he was working with making a map wall is that, like, maps when in item frames, they have really odd lighting, to say the least. Like, he only lit his map wall up using, torches and stuff around it, but what that did was it made it look really, like, each map was a different light level, which it made it look really bad. to say the least. Think actually I might do that. Yep. Yeah, I think I like that more. And if I do that, let's make that. Okay, I would say that looks halfway decent, but what I was trying to get to with the entire maps have weird lighting rant, unless they fixed it. They might have fixed it since he noticed that, but is that I'm probably going to get a whole bunch of glowstone, 121 pieces, because 11 by 11 in math, and make the entire back wall glowstone, cover the entire thing in item frames, and the maps aren't finished yet, so we can't really put the map up, so yeah. Anyway, I am going to get all of that stuff. Hopefully it doesn't take too long. I guess 121 glowstone is, well, it's less than 2 stacks, but not by much. So I pretty much need 2 stacks of glowstone. And a lot of item frames, or 121 item frames. It's funny how that works. Anyway, I will do that stuff, and I will be back after that. Okay, I got about 2.5 stacks of glowstone. Then I thought, if all I'm using the glowstone for is to make an even lighting for a background, there probably is a cheaper way so I can actually use glowstone for more decorative stuff. So I went to a creative world and found said cheap method. So yeah. If it works out, all I would have to do is just go back a block and then boom. Can use torches and glass instead of glowstone, which in my opinion is, well, it is infinitely cheaper. So, let's quickly, being a relative term, dig out 2 blocks into the, I guess, wall. And then cover the wall in torches and glowstone. Not glowstone. That'd be a waste. Just make a glowstone like wall in front of a wall of torches. That'd be something else. Okay, and now that I'm like, I don't know, probably like 80% of the way through this episode, I realized that well, numerically it would have been set up to be a recap episode, but it just kinda, I'm using a silk touch pick. Actually, that's good in case I need to fill in any walls. Well, I have 49 now. Hopefully that's enough. Anyway, it just kind of feels odd to do a recap, like tour type episode on the server when I didn't build everything. Like if I were to do a solo recap, I would probably just focus on the stuff I personally built, and yeah, that stuff isn't really done yet, and I'm thinking I'll probably go back to work on my basement a bit more fairly soon. I thought about working on it today, but I would have had to have dug a lot of stuff out, and yeah, I did not have the time for that today, so yeah. That's all the way over there. Yeah. I'll just mine that stuff down as I go up there on a wall of glass. 'Cause yeah, I think that should work out fine. Although I want to replace all the gravel with stone, even though it's going to be behind a wall. And the reason this works, even though like the wall is glass, is that when you put a map in an item frame, it takes up the entire block, so yeah, it really doesn't matter what you use as a backing, as long as everything is full of maps. So this wall is going to look really funky for a while. Because, yeah, It's going to be a wall of torches behind a wall of glass covered in empty item frames. It should be pretty interesting. Not in a good way. Or maybe, for all I know, it could end up looking really cool, but I highly doubt that. And hopefully the game doesn't render particles behind a wall, because that would be a downside of this cheap method. Even though I guess it's not really behind a wall. Then again, item frames themselves cause lag, so overall this probably isn't the best idea to make right now in 1.8 when there's already other performance issues. Most of them relating to entities such as item frames, so yeah. Hopefully 1.8 fixes all of this stuff. Because, yeah. Just realized I can't just spam the item frames because I'll end up putting item frames in item frames, and I don't want to do that. Let's kind of just go up. Put item frames in as we go. This is going to look ridiculous. It really is. I hope someone else gets on and just wanders down here and just... Like, I'm fairly sure since, well, the sign says map, that pretty much gives it away, but just to confuse people why there's a large wall of glass and empty item frames with torches behind them. Okay, this is not a very time-efficient process, and glass rendering is weird, but then again, I guess it makes... Like, it doesn't make any sense whatsoever, because, like, yeah, but if it didn't work as to where it gets rid of the borders when you look through one side of it, you wouldn't be able to see anything through glass at all. It would just become, like a lattice of white border. Actually, that might look pretty cool. All the particles. Yep, we could probably finish putting up the torches now. And actually finish digging out this pit. Well, it's not really a pit, but this indentation. Okay. At this point, I think it might work best to just fill in the rest of the glass and just make a, like, scaffolding in front. Because it's not very time efficient to, like, shift over the side and put them down that way. Okay. Yep. This is interesting. Well, silk touch pick. Okay. Now that that crisis is averted, let's finish. God's, yeah, that's, like, it's just confusing to look at because of all the transparency. We need more dirt, and we don't need more torches. We need more item frames. That's what the things are. Okay, we're almost done. Then we can behold the awkwardness in its fullness. Or fullness. Yeah, again, I cannot talk today. Because tired. Okay, let's just go over a little bit more and finish it up. Okay, let's take all this dirt down and step back and look at our work and predict whether or not it will look good. Oh, yep, there's water. Yep, that looks interesting. It actually looks pretty cool. I think it would look even cooler if I were to use like red wool or some like solid color behind it, because that would make a very interesting looking wall. Not a very practical looking wall, but a very interesting looking wall. But yep, I would say that the stone brick border all the way around, when it's indented, I think that should end up looking really good. So yeah, I can't really think of anything else I could do within like 6 minutes, give or take, for this episode, so I think I'll call it here. Remember, I will have a link in the description to the 800 subscriber videos where I announced like all the specifications of a contest application type thing. If you want to get on the server, you can go like look into that on that video. And yeah, that is all for today. If you enjoyed it, feel free to leave a like, and I will see you guys next episode. Bye.